Have you got little or no deposit? Think you can't buy a house? Think again. In this video, we're going to look at ways in obtaining a mortgage without a deposit. My name's Aaron, I'm one of the directors at Create Finance. Let's get into the video. There are a number of ways that we can achieve a mortgage without a deposit. The first scheme that's available is called shared ownership. So with shared ownership, you buy a house through your local housing association. And when you use the shared ownership scheme, you can buy the house from as little as 10% of the property value, right the way up to 75%. So essentially you own a percentage of that property. And whatever percentage you don't own, you then rent the remaining amount through the housing association. So for example, you may buy 50% of the property, and that therefore means that the other 50% is owned by the housing association. The great news is with shared ownership mortgages is there are lenders out there that you don't actually need a deposit. However, with those mortgages, they do come at a higher rate. So if you do have a small deposit in the background of maybe 5 or 10%, that is beneficial for you because that will reduce your mortgage payments down as the mortgage will be on a lower interest rate. So the second scheme that's available is called Right to Buy. Right to Buy is where you buy a property off the local council. So if you are currently a council tenant and you want to look to buy that property, as long as you have been living in the property for a certain amount of years, then you are eligible to buy that property. With Right to Buys, the council give you a discount on that property. And what you can do with the mortgage is you can use that discount as a deposit, which means that you don't need a deposit yourself to put down on the mortgage. If you want to find out what discount that you can get for that type of property, speak to your local council, and what they'll do is they'll send a valuer out to the property and then they will send you an award letter which tells you exactly the discount that you will get from that property. Okay, so there's a couple of schemes that you can use where you don't actually need a deposit for a mortgage. So let's have a look at a couple of other ways that we can use to achieve a mortgage with little or no deposit. So if you have no deposit yourself, have you reached out to potentially family or even friends to gift you some money for a deposit? On a standard mortgage scheme, the minimum deposit that you need is 5%. And that can be broken down into a couple of ways. It may be that the full 5% deposit is being gifted to you. It may be that part of that 5% is your own savings and the remaining part is a gift. As long as you can get 5%, then there may be options available to you. Most lenders will allow families to give you a gift, and that can range from mum, dad, brothers, sisters, even aunties and uncles. So if you've got a member of the family that can gift you a deposit, then you can use that to put down towards your mortgage. There are even some lenders that will accept a gift from a non-relative. This is more difficult to achieve, but by speaking to a mortgage broker who have access to a comprehensive range of lenders, if you have got a friend that can provide you with a gifted deposit, then hopefully we would be able to find a mortgage for you. There are some things, however, that can impact you if you have got little or no deposit. The main thing that lenders are looking at is your credit score. So if you've got a low credit score, or if you've got some adverse credit in the background, that could have a potential impact on the amount of deposit that you need. So some lenders, when you have adverse credit, require you to have a minimum of 15% deposit. And some require even larger than that, dependent on the adverse credit that you have in the background. So there you go. Some really useful hints and tips around how to buy a house when you have little or no deposit. For more information on shared ownership mortgages, click on this video here.